everyone, and welcome back to Sip and Spin. My name is Skylar, and over here in a cute little sweater that has like cut out holes in the sleeves and on the neck is Brittany.
Hello. This is a variety podcast where we talk about anything, everything, and nothing.
Today's gonna be a whole lot of nothing.
It really is. I don't have a whole lot, I'm gonna be honest with you.
So what's today's topic?
Internet.
Woo!
Yeah, so this is, again, one of our newer ones. This is only the second time you've ever gotten it. The criteria is it just has to be topics or things to talk about that are primarily based on or around the internet.
Yes.
So, like, Reddit, Twitter, Tumblr, Buzzfeed, like, very internet heavy. Mm-hmm. Not necessarily, like, I guess it could be, but not really, like, news or history, because all of that you can also get from the internet, but just...
Yeah, like more like social media, like that kind of stuff.
And what are we drinking?
We are drinking a drink we like.
Yeah, so what you got over there?
I have got the Monaco canned Moscow Mule.
Nice.
9%, 2 shots of vodka in every can.
I do love Moscow Mule, so.
Me too.
Don't blame you. And I am having just a pumpkin apple cider.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah, it's a canned Moscow Mule.
You're like, yep, that's what it is. Is it good, at least?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's a canned Moscow Mule. It's as good as a canned Moscow Mule can be. So...
You bought it because you like it.
I do like it.
Okay.
It doesn't say the category isn't drinks we love. It's drinks we like.
It's fair. Anyways, dare I even ask, how are you?
Well, I'm fine.
Skylar's fine, but she had a rough week.
Yes.
So if she's a little off, that's why. Hopefully we can make her happy.
Yeah, you're not getting... Normally I overshare every detail of my life, but I was like, let me make the conscious decision ahead of time. Let's just go ahead and talk about it now. So me and Brittany have already discussed.
Yeah.
But yeah, it has been the week from hell, but it's over.
It was also Thanksgiving week, so did you have at least any good Thanksgiving food or anything?
We went out to eat at Big Ed's. The line was like ridiculously long.
I've heard about a lot of people went there.
Yeah.
Recently.
Which, it was good. I like Big Ed's. They have like catfish bites that I dip in, because most people dip catfish in like horseradish. I just dip it in the shrimp cocktail sauce because I'm special.
You're just different.
I'm just built different.
It's fine. I went over to my mom's house and Richard put up a ceiling fan. So that's what I did for Thanksgiving.
Nice. I do remember the ceiling fan from last week.
Yeah. So I just got drunk and watched him do that. Played Pac-Man. My mom has like an arcade machine.
Yeah.
So I got drunk off bourbon and tried to beat Miss Pac-Man, but I couldn't pass level 4. I kept getting my ass kicked.
Yeah, that's how we went to Big Ed's. And then we all went our separate ways to be like, okay, we're going to go home and nap. I kind of took a little nap, and then I got in the shower because I was like, okay, no one's here. Like, they were all supposed to come over after nap time to, like, play games, but no one's here. So I'm like, go ahead and get in the shower. I come out. Everyone's here. They're playing games, and they're playing a game that I hate. And I'm like, okay. So I still sit down and try and be involved and, like, talking, like, hello. Like, my mom shushes me from the game table, and I was like, okay. So I just went and sat down in my room, and then we ate, and we had Italian beef, because we ate, like, really, really early. So then we ate really, really late, and then they picked out another game, which is the other game I don't like, and I was like, okay. So I just went and sat back down on my bed, and I watched the Cheshire Murders, and then I went to karaoke, and I was like, all right, y'all, I'm going to karaoke, and Mom went, oh, okay. I was like, bye, and then left. I was like, you shushed me. And no one wanted to play the games that I like, so I am going to karaoke. And also, you're the one who told me that we were still having karaoke, and you said something about going to karaoke, so I'm going, because I already made plans. Goodbye.
All right.
So that happened as well.
Okay. Well, I guess just get into it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So what do you have for us today?
Once again, I also just kind of have some Am I the Assholes?
Okay.
But I did, since it was Thanksgiving, I did Thanksgiving themed.
Okay.
Am I the Assholes?
See, and I almost figured, I was like pretty sure you were going to do that. So I avoided every single Thanksgiving Am I the Asshole that I saw, and I picked different ones that weren't related to Thanksgiving.
Nice!
Because I was like, I'm pretty sure that's what Brittany's going to do.
Yeah, so I have just a few, really, because I didn't see a whole lot that I loved, but I did a very quick scan, like I did my notes this morning. So I have that, and then I have a quiz for you to take, but it's 3 different versions of the same quiz, and because one, I can't remember which one is the correct version, because they all claim to be the correct version, and I just want to see if they, like, give you the same results. Now I'm curious.
Okay.
So we're going to do that.
Is it Harry Potter house quiz?
No, it's the 5,000 character personality quiz.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
That I have taken before, but I can't remember which one it is, and so I tried to look it up, and I saw like 3 different ones, and they were all claiming to be the one that blew up on TikTok, and I'm like, how can you all 3 be this when you're different? And I clicked on them, and they were all different formats, and I'm like, this doesn't make any sense.
Okay.
So we're gonna do that and see just if we get different results or anything, like, or if they all tell you the same characters.
Nice.
But first, some Am I the Asshole? Am I the asshole for leaving Thanksgiving dinner after my sister-in-law got snarky with me and some people started defending her? Okay.
Probably not.
I'm 27 female, not close to my sister-in-law, 26 female. We're not at each other's throats or anything, but she just seems to be slacking off sometimes. I've tried to help her out a bit and talk to her, but she never wanted to hear it. Sister-in-law recently got a new entry-level job that she'll be relocating for. We celebrated Thanksgiving with my husband's, 29 male, family this year, and it was a massive get-together. A lot of people congratulated sister-in-law on her new job, which is understandable. However, my in-laws were acting like they'd won $1 billion. Some relatives kept asking about sister-in-law's new job, when she'll be moving, etc. I tried to change the topic, but my sister-in-law got kind of pissed and said something like, "You don't have to be a part of the conversation." I replied that we're all proud of her. Maybe people want to talk about other things sometimes too.
Oh, you are the asshole.
Yeah. Yeah. Sister-in-law, again, got very snarky and said, again, leave the conversation. I'll admit I got annoyed at that point and said, coming from the woman who's milking compliments for something most people achieve by the age of 16. My sister-in-law got really mad and said I have no position saying that. There were a few people around that started going off at me. I eventually walked off and told my husband I was leaving. He didn't know what was going on at that point, but in the heat of the moment, I just took the car and left. A cousin ended up dropping him off at home. My sister-in-law is obviously pissed at me, and my husband heard the whole thing. He said I created a scene for no reason and should apologize to my sister-in-law, even though people started going off at me. I shared this with my mom, and she said I wasn't wrong and people are coddling sister-in-law. I get that I might have overreacted a bit, but I think it was justified. Am I the asshole?
You are the whole fucking asshole.
Yeah, and it sounds like your mom is coddling you.
Yeah, if anyone's being coddled, like, someone needs to tell you that you're in the like, thank God her husband's family told her she was in the fucking wrong.
Yeah, no, because when I heard the title, I initially thought you. I was like, okay, probably not. Like, let's see what the sister-in-law did. And then it turns out it was the poster.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, OP, this is not a good look, sweetie.
No.
It's not cute. She was just butting into their conversation.
Yeah.
And then the sister-in-law was just like, you don't have to, like, you can leave, you can be whatever. And then she just kept doing it. Like,
yeah.
No one likes an interrupter.
No. It's like they were already having a conversation. If you didn't want to listen to it, leave the conversation, just like the sister-in-law said.
You said it was a massive get-together. I imagine there were other people you could have
talked to.
It just seemed like you didn't. It kind of felt like you resented that your very similar in age sister-in-law was getting more attention than you.
Yeah.
Is what it seemed like.
You were jealous.
Yeah. So it's a weird look.
Yeah, that's...
Like, you literally just blew up Thanksgiving for no reason, I feel like.
Yeah, and as someone who has had massive family get-togethers for Thanksgiving before, oh, trust me, there are, like, thousands of conversations you can have.
Oh, yeah. Pick someone not talking and start a conversation with them.
And
Don't interrupt other conversations.
And you can have multiple conversations in the same room.
Yeah. Like, it's just so weird to me. And there's crack about coming from the woman who's milking compliments for something most people achieve by the age of 16. Like, she just got a new entry-level job. What's wrong with getting an entry-level job at 26? Like, people change careers all the fucking time.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't...
Yeah, it doesn't, like, specify that, oh, this is the first job she's ever had, like...
No, like, it was a weird crack.
Yeah.
Weird dig. I definitely think you just think you're better than everyone else. And you need to be brought down a peg.
Yeah.
So good on the family members who stood up for the sister-in-law. Yeah, this one's a bit of a long one. Am I the asshole for telling my parents I won't spend the holidays with them this year unless they properly apologize and pay me back for canceling on me last year? Okay.
This could go either way.
This story requires some background information. Around this time last year, my parents asked me if I wanted to come over for Christmas. I told them sure. I live abroad, so I don't see them very often. The plan was for me to arrive December 22nd and go back on January 7th. Our relationship was very rocky when I was a child due to my dad's mental health and anger issues, but he's in therapy for that now. I'm in therapy as well for the diagnosed PTSD that his issues have given me. This will be relevant later. I bought myself a round-trip train ticket, $150, for the long ride home as I don't have a car and I have really bad plane anxiety. Around December 15th, my mom called and asked me if I could bring back some of those cookies that she loves, and I tell her, of course. I decided to get them on the 21st, so they're still super fresh upon arrival. I also bought some bread and sweets for my siblings. The total came down to about $40. I'm a student, and due to my chronic illness and heart condition, I can't work a lot, so money is tight, and I had to take some money out of my savings to afford all of this, but I didn't mind. Fast forward to the evening of the 21st. I'm on the phone with my dad, telling him that I got the cookies Mom asked for and that I have to get up at 7 to get to the train station and that I'm super excited to see them again. Out of nowhere, he tells me that won't be necessary because he and my mom are leaving for some island in the Caribbean the next day. I asked him how long they've been planning for this for, and he told me that they decided 2 days prior. I asked him if they could cancel because I thought we'd already established that I would be coming over, and he says no. He then says I should be more understanding because Mom has fibromyalgia, and the cold makes her pain worse, and the heat will make it better. After that, I called my mom, and I'm going to be honest here, I said some really unkind things, and I called her a selfish bitch, among other things, for making me spend nearly $200 and have me go through all of that effort only for them to cancel on me last minute. I demanded an apology and a full payback of all the money. Apparently, that hurt her feelings, and she hasn't talked to me all year. My dad then called me and said that he had a talk with his therapist, and that his therapist told him to ignore my angry outbursts and not give in to my demands because, quote, people with PTSD can't think rationally, end quote. This morning, I woke up to a text from my dad asking me if I want to come over for the holidays. No cancellations this time. I told him to fuck off until they both apologized for canceling on me last year for the thing he said about my PTSD and to pay me back for last year. He refused to and gave me a written lecture that I'm just holding on to a grudge and should get over it because it was, quote, a misunderstanding and we're family. But I absolutely refused to, and I told him to not text me again unless it's an apology. Am I the asshole?
No.
There's a lot going on there.
No, not at all. You're not the asshole.
No, I don't think so. And it's really hard for me to believe that that's what his dad's therapist would have said.
Yeah.
People with PTSD can't think rationally. I feel like he's either wildly missaying what something along the lines that his therapist said, or maybe his dad isn't even in therapy. I don't know.
Yeah, like if the dad made it up and said that himself, or has a quack therapist,
or that. I mean, it could be that, but I have a really hard time.
But an actual good therapist would never say that.
No, you can't say that. And that's what a lot of people in the comments too. They were like, there was a lot of people who were like, I'm an actual therapist, and no one would say this. It was very people had a big issue with that. Mm-hmm.
I did too. When you read that, I went.
I saw your face. I thought you lean a little forward.
I was
Yeah.
I did my head tilt. My
Yeah. Yeah. It's yeah. I don't know. I'd be pissed about that also. I don't know if I'd go so far to feel like they'd have to demand payment from them, but also it just seems like your family literally gave you PTSD. I don't know if you should even be associating with them.
Mm-hmm. And especially after that, I'd be like, nah.
Yeah.
I've tried to give you second chances, we're done.
And the fact that his dad's reasoning was, to get over it because we're family, and family isn't all there is. You don't owe family anything if they cause you grief and literal trauma. So, yeah, I don't think you're the asshole. I just think maybe cut ties with that family.
Just say goodbye.
Yeah.
Enjoy your life abroad and don't go back.
Yes. Okay. Am I the asshole for making my sister cook her own food? I know the title is ridiculous, but I think the whole situation is pretty ridiculous.
All right. Good start.
My 33... Wait, she wrote this is weird. My 33 female husband and I hosted my family's Thanksgiving dinner. Among the guests was my sister Stacy, 29 female, who has recently become vegan, like within the past year. So when we were planning our meal, she asked if we could make sure that there were vegan options available. I said, of course. I even asked one of my vegan friends for a recipe recommendation and practice it because I don't mind having something meatless in my repertoire. Fast forward to the day when I'm making the gravy at the same time as the veggies I'm sauteing for my sister. She came over and saw what I was doing and freaked out on me. She said I could have contaminated her meal with turkey drippings. I get the vegan thing is important to her, but I thought she was overreacting a bit. I said, I'm sorry, but I have a lot to do and I'm being careful not to cross-contaminate. It's not like you're allergic. She flipped out at that, and I admit I lost my cool after going back and forth for a bit. She just would not let it go. It's not like I was using the same spoon for the both of them. They were in separate pans on different burners. The distraction caused me to burn the stuffing that was in the oven. Then I told her, fine, you win, and I threw out the dish I was preparing for her. I said she could make her own food. It kind of put a damper on the rest of the day, and everyone was mad at me for throwing her food out. My sister wound up making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and had some of the vegan-friendly sides, but she still wouldn't talk to me. My mom said that I should have just finished making it and that she would have come around. She said I ruined Stacy's Thanksgiving, but I think Stacy ruined her own Thanksgiving by being so anal about the vicinity of animal products around her food. So, am I the asshole here? You look like you're not sure on this one.
I'm not.
I do want to go back. The sister in question is 29. It's not like it's a teenage sister.
Okay, you're not the asshole.
So I think...
She could have cooked it, yeah. She either needed to
I think maybe it wasn't great to throw a fit and throw it out. But I get if you're frustrated if you're making all the food.
Yeah, because I've cooked for Thanksgiving before when we've hosted for Thanksgiving. Because we used to host Thanksgiving a lot. Like once we stopped going to Thanksgiving at Susie's house because, Susie and Wayne are both they're no longer with us.
Yeah.
So then we started hosting it at our house. My dad would cook meat. My mom would cook everything else. I would cook the dessert. Mm-hmm. I love baking. Love baking. Baking for Thanksgiving fucking sucks.
Oh,
I was so stressed all of the time. And I think I probably, if someone was, throwing a fit and,
cause you to burn a pie.
Yeah. So not the asshole.
Yeah, it's that, and then also,
But also, I forgot she was 29 years old. Because, when my little cousin, Carson, at one point, we were like, Carson, whenever you need a drink, just let us know. He went to try and pour his own drink, tipped the pitcher over, the lid came off, red Kool-Aid. And the desserts all over the counter. Was it very stressful? Yes.
Of course.
Did I kind of want to cry a little bit?
Of course.
Yes. Did I? No. I held it together. Carson was very visibly upset. I was like, it's okay. We're going to get it cleaned up. You just go sit down. Take the little drops of Kool-Aid that you got in your cup. Just go sit down, drink it. We're going to get it cleaned up. But he was also 6 years old.
Yeah, so it'd be one thing, I feel like, if it was a 10-year-old sister even. Just decided she wanted to be a vegan. But no, she's a 29 adult, almost 30. It'd be like me throwing a fit at my sister, oh, they cross-contamination. For one, and then she still ate the sides. Clearly she wasn't that worried. It just seemed like she was throwing a fit for no reason.
Yeah. Okay, I agree. Yeah.
So that's what
you are not the asshole.
My thinking was.
I did forget the sister was 29 years old.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people in, the thread, they were like, oh, wait, I had to go back and see that she was 29. No, this is ridiculous. And that's why her saying, this whole situation is pretty ridiculous, if you ask me. I get it.
Because she wasn't using, the same spoon, and,
No, it's half the time, I don't like to eat a lot of meat, but Richard loves meat, and so he'll just, make my own little thing, and don't add meat to that, but then he's still cooking meat around it. It's not it freaks me out. If you're a good cook, you know not to cross-contaminate your stuff.
Yeah.
And if you trust your sister to make Thanksgiving, obviously she's got to be a pretty good cook.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it seems silly.
It's like, I've been to restaurants that are still delicious that still cross-contaminate their stuff. Which is not great, because, poor Lexi, she had an allergic reaction.
Oh, no. Yeah, that is dangerous. Yes.
Yeah, she took a Benadryl, she was fine. Like, she's not like, I mean, she's very allergic, but she's not like deathly.
But that wasn't like a death situation.
Yeah.
Life or death.
But yes, it was like they used the same spatula just all of the time, because it's a very like small like little Mexican restaurant in the mall, which we love it. Like, that's where we go all the time. Like, most of my money goes to this small little Mexican restaurant in the mall.
I gotcha.
Every day for lunch, just about. But yeah, sometimes I usually get steak and shrimp on everything. Like, I'll get like a shrimp chimichanga, or I'll get steak and shrimp fajita nachos, or steak and shrimp fajita taco bowl, like whatever. So they just use the same spatula, and Lexi's allergic to shellfish.
I thought that's where you're about to go. Yeah, it's not great.
But it's still delicious. So we started asking, we're like, hey, just whenever you do it, like, can you just cook Lexi's first? Because if her stuff gets on the spatula, then I'm going to, it's fine. Because I'm not allergic to any foods. I'm allergic to fragrances. I'm not allergic to foods.
Yeah. Yeah, so, like, it's just...
Yeah, that was ridiculous. Yeah, your sister had no right to freak out like that. Like, that was wild.
Yeah, I was reading this, like, surely this is not real.
Stacy ruined her own Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I think so, too. Just by throwing a tantrum at 29 years old. So now we're going to take 3 different, and they're all supposed to be 5,000 character quizzes. They're supposed to match you to characters. So I'm curious to see, one, I'm figure out which one is the one that I took, and then also if you get any of the similar, like, ratings or, like, stats or however they do it. Well, this first one is on, like, a slider. So, where do you fall on this spectrum? Strict versus lenient?
That's already a difficult question. It really depends on the situation.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. It doesn't specify.
Because I'm pretty laid back, and like, but also at the same time, like, I like to plan things, and if things like don't go to plan, I'm like, so I guess like in the middle, because it really just depends on the situation. As a whole, I'm typically more lenient than I am strict.
Okay. All right. Wild versus tame.
Oh, I'm very tame. I'm very tame.
Like, do you want me to go all the way to 100% tame, or do you, like...
Oh, no, I'm 100% tame.
Okay.
Wild things happen around me, but I am not the wild one.
Okay. Now here's one. We didn't know we were going to psychoanalyze Skylar, did we? Bossy versus meek.
Well, which one do you think, Brittany?
I don't think you're meek. I think at work you can be bossy. You can be meek, too, though. More so than bossy.
I guess, yeah.
Which do you think? This is you, though.
I would consider myself very meek. I'm not a bossy person.
I've seen you be bossy.
Have you?
At the work we used to share, it's why people were scared of you.
People were scared of me?
A little bit. I'll put you at, like, you think, like, 90-10?
Sure. I don't know. I didn't know people were scared of me.
I think we've had this conversation.
I guess that's just because I don't consider myself coming up. Like, when I...
People take different things differently. Yeah.
So, like, when I say things, it's not with intention to be bossy. And most of the times I form it as a question. I'm like, can you do this? Like, would you do this? And,
yeah.
I don't know. I didn't know people were scared of me.
Deep or shallow? I don't think you're shallow. I just don't know how much you want to put yourself on the deep.
Like 80-20.
Why do you think you're 20% shallow?
I can be.
I get that.
Like, when I just don't fucking care anymore, I would consider myself very shallow. Like, when it gets to that point, I'm like, I just don't even fucking care. Like, and I'm not gonna sit here and, like...
I get it. Nerd versus jock.
80-20 towards the nerd side.
Okay. Masculine, feminine.
70% feminine, 30% masculine.
Sarcastic versus genuine.
Once again, it depends on the situation. Probably 50-50.
Okay. I think that's fair. Deranged versus reasonable. Well, I know this one. Deranged. 100%.
Out of the two of us, which is the one who's more deranged?
You.
I don't think so.
That's because she's deranged.
I'd probably say about 50-50 though.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It really depends on the situation.
I was surprised. All right. Charming versus awkward.
Oh, I'm very awkward. I do not think people would find me charming at all.
You have some charms.
I think people would talk to me and they were like, why? What? And I'm like, I don't know either.
You want it all the way to 100 for awkward?
I don't know, maybe 90-10. I really don't feel like I'm like a charming person.
Everyone has a little charm.
My awkwardness is my charm.
See, there you go. Feisty versus gracious.
Neither.
You can just leave it. Or you can skip questions if you just don't really vibe with it at all.
Yeah, skip. Because
Okay.
I'm not, like, gracious, but I'm not, like, feisty.
High tech versus low tech.
Because I'm pretty high tech. We like 70-30 as well.
Okay.
Because I use a lot of technology.
Yeah. Creepy versus disarming.
Well, I would say I'm pretty disarming, but apparently some people find me scary, so I don't know.
That's not to say it's creepy. I don't think I would describe you as creepy at all, but I'll let you do the percentage.
No, I'm probably completely disarming.
Okay. Orderly versus chaotic.
60-40.
60 to orderly.
Yeah.
Okay. Spiritual versus skeptical.
I'd also say 50-50.
50-50?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Haunted versus blissful. I think that means like trauma versus... right?
I guess. I do have a lot of trauma. I feel like I've worked through it pretty well. But then it's like, I do also just use humor as a coping mechanism. So I'm like, la-di-da-di-da. But
60-40?
more like 80-20.
Okay.
I'm pretty fucked up.
It's fair. Emotional versus logical.
80-20.
To logic.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So I was making sure. Stinky versus fresh.
What?
That's the scale.
Fresh. I like my hygiene. I do my skincare.
Yeah. Yes. I'll put it at 100. Social versus reclusive.
70-30
To which?
to reclusive.
Okay.
I'd probably say I'm like 50-50, but most of the time I'm social. I don't actually want to be social, so I'm like, it's probably 70-30.
That's fair. You're definitely more social than I am, so. Indulgent versus sober.
Well.
What percentage do you want to give it?
Just throw me at 100. It's fine.
Artistic versus scientific.
I'd probably say 50-50 for that too.
Okay. Angelic versus demonic. Like angel demon. Like who talks to you more on your shoulder?
Well, on the inside, the demon, but on the outside,
But you do. Like,
the
you're
angel
a nice
does
person.
win over, and
You're
I'm
a
like,
nice person. I always tell you you're too nice.
I'll think something, and I'm like, I can't say that, and then so I don't.
Do you think you'd be all the way to 100 though?
No, maybe like 90-10.
Okay.
Because at this point, there's about that person I was telling you about.
Yeah.
If she says some shit, it's about to go down. I've given her
And I don't
multiple chances.
I don't think anyone would blame you, and at some point it could turn into a hate crime.
I really honestly feel like it's going to.
If she doesn't check herself. Alpha versus beta.
I don't know.
I mean, are you more of a leader, or are you more of a follower, or is it 50-50?
I feel like it also depends on the situation. I'm one of those people, like, I've been told that I'm a leader without meaning to be. Because, like,
a little more towards alpha?
Yeah,
Because I guess you were probably, like me, like, you like to be in control.
Yeah, I definitely like to be in control. But also, like, when I suggest, like, to our friend group to do something, like, it's not even like, oh, we have to, like, this has to be the plan. But, like, I'll be like, oh, well, we could do this. And people are like, yeah. And I'm like,
Great.
okay.
It's like 60-30.
That's not how math works.
Well, a 63-37.
Oh.
It's just where my slider
Oh, okay.
I was just rounding.
You're like 60-30. I was like, that doesn't equal 100.
I can be very specific. 62-38. Like, I just can't get it right on 60 or the 40 for some reason.
That's fine. Yeah, close enough.
The 60-40. I got it. I know how math works, but the slider's very touchy, and I have big, meaty fingers. Frugal versus lavish.
50-50.
Okay.
Because I'll get in moods where I'm just like spending all my money,
Yeah.
and then I have a manic breakdown in your living room at like 9 p.m. because I'm like, here are all the things I got you.
Yeah. I would say that's accurate. Poisonous versus nurturing.
I would say I'm pretty nurturing.
How much, though, do you think? 100?
Probably.
Because I can't see you being vicious for no reason.
No, it has to be provoked. And even then it gets provoked and I still try to be...
Still too nice. Yeah.
It takes a lot to get me to be mean to somebody.
Yeah. Loyal versus traitorous.
Oh, I'm way too loyal.
100%?
Yeah. If it...
I could say that. Formal versus intimate.
I don't know.
If we were in a country with honorifics, would you always feel compelled to use people's honorifics?
Yes.
So you probably lean a little more towards formal.
Okay.
That's the only thing I could base, like...
Yeah.
Because as Americans to the rest of the world, we're all just sinners and bohemians. But I think that's a good way to, like...
Yeah, like, I try very hard to, like, you know, usted versus tu. Like, I'm try very hard to, like, make sure I'm always respectful to the people I need to be respectful to. Do
you think, like, 60-40 then?
Yeah.
Or more or less?
Yeah, 60-40.
Okay. Obedient versus rebellious?
Obedient. Maybe, like, 80. Because every now and then, like, I'll get, like, a little spurt where I'm like, I'm just going to do whatever I want.
Selfish or altruistic?
I'm probably very altruistic.
I was like, are you selfish?
I was like, people tell me I need to be more selfish, and I'm like, no.
You think like 90 or like all the way to 100?
Probably all the way, because like I don't ever like to do things for myself. Because if I was more selfish, I probably would have said no to last night, but I felt bad, so I said yes, even though I didn't want to.
That tracks. A dunce versus a genius?
50-50. I have my moments.
That's fair. Blue collar versus ivory tower. I mean, you work in retail.
Yeah. So probably blue collar.
I guess it's really for you want to base it off on. If you want to base it off of work or if you want to base it off of your likes. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's up to you.
I guess 70-30. Because, like, I like things that are a lot of money. And then I'm like, I don't have that money. But yeah. I like to look at it.
I get that. Creative or conventional?
I would say I'm pretty creative. Maybe like 90-10 because sometimes I do follow the rules.
Okay. Outlaw or sheriff? What are you, a cop?
What are you, a cop? I don't know. Like, in terms of what?
I guess your way of thinking? Your life? Your personality?
I don't know.
It's a personality quiz.
Skip. I'm like, I have no idea.
Arcane versus mainstream.
Is Arcane mean old?
I guess, maybe. It's what I got. It's Arcane or mainstream.
I don't know.
I honestly don't know either.
Skip. Okay. I feel like I'm failing a personality quiz. It's a personality quiz and I feel like I'm failing. I told you my one singular personality trait was the Raven cycle. It's being proven.
Juvenile versus mature.
90-10.
Now you are pretty juvenile. I'm just kidding. I put it at mature.
I could tell you were kidding.
For the people.
Oh, yeah. For the people. Yeah, she was joking. I knew she was putting it at mature.
Slovenly versus stylish.
Slovenly. 80-20. I would say I'm pretty stylish, but every now and then, sometimes I just throw on a pair of running shorts and like a hoodie that doesn't match, and I'm like, you know what? Fuck it.
That's fair. This is the last one. Adventurous versus stuck in the mud.
70-30 towards adventurous for the people.
Okay. The best match between the self-assessment you provided and the profile of fictional characters as rated by other people who have taken the survey is the character Armin Arlet from Attack on Titan.
Who's that?
You have an 85% match.
I've watched one episode of Attack on Titan and I hated it.
Let's see. Oh, okay. Your next one down, though, is Amy from Booksmart.
That checks out. I feel like that checks out.
And then it has like a breakdown of a bunch of like reasons why. And then let's see. And then you have, your fourth is Dr. Spencer Reed from Criminal Minds.
Aww.
Number 5 is Willow from Buffy. I feel like that checks out a lot for you.
I've never watched Buffy.
She's a gay witch.
Oh, I love that. That does check out for me.
Number 9, Nick Carraway, The Great Gatsby.
Oh, I'm an unreliable narrator.
14, you got Tina Fey from Mean Girls. The teacher.
Cool. Best character, honestly.
21, you got Will Byers, which is a Stranger Things character. And then followed very closely at 22, also 80%, Anastasia Steele from 50 Shades of Grey.
Is she like the main character in... Oh, okay. I've never read or watched 50 Shades of Grey.
And then also 80%. These are all very high numbers so far. We're still in the 80s. You have Violet Boulder Baudelaire, however, from the series of Fortunate Events. Oh, number 40, 79%, Emily Fields, Pretty Little Liars.
Does this quiz just know I'm gay? That wasn't even an option. That wasn't even a question.
49, 78%, Bonnie Bennett from The Vampire Diaries. Bonnie is like one of the best characters there. So
I think she was like the only character I liked in other than Caroline.
I was gonna say I like Caroline. 78%, Belle, Beauty and the Beast.
Nice.
Okay, number 93, 76%. You got Ginny Weasley from Harry Potter. And then also the next one down is Frodo Baggins from Lord of the Rings.
Nice.
And then Ben Wyatt from Parks and Recreation.
Yes!
So, what a
yes!
pair. All of those were 76% same personality. So yeah, very big-brained gay people. Seems like what this is.
That tracks.
Oh my god, there's so many. There's 5,000. Who is your 5,000th character? Will it tell me? No, it goes down to 2,000. Guess who your 18% match is? The very last one.
I have no fucking idea.
It's from Beauty and the Beast.
Lumiere.
Gaston.
Ugh! It's that fucking alpha beta question.
Yeah, your low percent ones are like, fuck boys. It's funny. Still like 18 to 23% though.
Well, that's not good.
You got the Deep from The Boys, which is a show I watch. You got Joffrey Baratheon from Game of Thrones. You got the Sheriff of Nottingham from Robin Hood. Hans from Frozen.
This isn't very altruistic of me.
You got Pierce from Community.
Turn this quiz off. Turn it off.
George Bluth Sr. from Arrested Development. King Claudius from Hamlet. So that was that one.
It was the jock and the alpha question. It ruined me.
Okay, now this one gives you a little more variety. This has gone on a long time.
Okay.
Speedfire. He has only 20 questions on this one. So you like your favorite movie character because they are heroic, protective, creative, bold, reliable, or serious.
Reliable.
It's a Sunday morning. What's the first thing you want to do? Check in on others, make breakfast for others, enjoy the sunlight, check out your social media accounts, read the news, or jump off the bed and go to work.
Where's the take a shot option? Probably the social media one. Every morning I wake up, the first thing I do is get on TikTok until I feel like I'm emotionally prepared to get out of bed.
If your life was a movie, what would its genre be? Drama, romantic, documentary, horror, comedy, or tragedy?
Well, right now it currently feels a hell of a lot like a drama.
But on average, what do you think? Still drama?
Yeah. I don't know how I just end up in it, but maybe I'm the problem. Maybe I am the problem.
People respect you because you are caring, kind, unique, funny, successful, or intelligent.
Now I feel like I have to say it's because they fear me.
Shut up. You're very caring.
Probably
kind.
because I'm kind.
That is something to be respected for, because I'm not kind.
I was like, I'm very caring, but I feel like I'm more kind than I am caring. Because I will still be nice to people even when I don't fucking care.
Yeah, that tracks. What kind of information do you need to decide whether a person is good or bad? Do you need to know about their past? Need to know how they describe themselves? You can tell if a person is good or bad by looking into their eyes. You need to see a person's garde-bouche. I'll come back to that one. You should analyze their achievements and goals for that, or you need to talk to the person for 5 minutes to tell you that. Am I just dumb and I don't know what that word is?
I don't know what that word is.
Okay.
I'm gonna Google it. It's spelled like garderobe. A wardrobe or its contents. A private room / bedroom. Privy, toilet.
Okay, so you just need to, I guess, see their private, personal space.
Yeah, see their bedroom.
Okay, so you need to know their past, how they describe themselves. You can tell by looking into their eyes. You need to see their private living area. You need to analyze their achievements and goals, or you need to talk to them for 5 minutes.
I guess talk to them. But even that, it's like, I don't know how to, I constantly am just like, oh, everyone's a good person.
That is true.
And then I find out they were carrying around a knife and trying to break into people's cars outside of where I work 30 minutes after I let them use my phone.
Yeah. So maybe you're just not the best judge.
Probably not.
Okay. Imagine you live in a parallel universe where anything is possible. What kind of person would you be in such a world? A detective, a superhero, an inventor, a singer, a politician, or an intergalactic leader?
A detective.
Of the following options, what pisses you off the most?
Oh, here we go.
The most, yeah. Ignorance, disrespect, dullness, shyness, uncertainty, or weakness.
Disrespect.
How would you spend your time if you had only 1 week to live? With your family? With a partner? You'd drink and smoke? You'd party like animals? You would ensure your family is fine after you go? Or you'd just stick to your routine?
I'd probably stick to my routine, honestly.
I feel like you've said something similar before when we've talked about if you, like, knew you're going to die or something. I can't remember what it was. What's the type of person you cannot stand and don't want in your life? A cruel person, an emotionless person, people with no creative aspect, serious and boring ones, a lazy and depressed person, or messy and disobedient ones.
Cruel?
Yeah, I mean, I think out of all of those, that's the worst.
Like, why would I spend my time with someone who's, like, intentionally mean?
Cruel, yeah. Imagine you won $1,000 in some random giveaway thing. How would you spend it? You'd give it away, you'd buy a gift for loved ones, you'd buy yourself something practical, you'd spend it on partying and having fun, you'd invest it, or you would save it.
I'd probably save it. I'd try to save it.
That's it, yeah.
I'd put it in my savings account, and then about 2 months later, it would probably be pulled out of my savings account. But I would try to save it.
Okay. Money and career aside, what's your moral priority in life? Respect, love, spirituality, being inspirational, being a role model, or success?
Spirituality, maybe? I don't really want to be anyone's role model. Or, like...
It's a lot of pressure.
It really is. I'm like, please don't look up to me.
What makes a movie character great and memorable? The intention, the inner growth, the backstory, the performance of the actor, the outcome of their actions, or you don't really know.
The inner growth. Give me a good character arc.
Which one can be a summary of one of the best days of your life? A great vacation with family, helping someone achieve something important, doing something unique or experiencing something new, hanging out with friends and laughing all day long, achieving a goal after working hard for it, or seeing your plans work and feeling smart.
The hanging out with friends.
Okay. What do you think about superheroes? I love them. I'd like to be one. They're cool and creative characters. I like most of them. I don't like the idea of superheroes, or I think superheroes are made for kids.
Is there they're fine?
I guess I like most of them would be they're fine.
Yeah. I like Marvel. Like, yeah. I like most of them.
How do you usually deal with your tasks? What's your strategy or approach? Ask for help. Try to get them done without asking for help. Like to postpone them until you're in the mood. Don't like doing tasks, you freestyle. Usually create a strategy to increase proficiency or create a funnel where people do most of the work for me. I don't know how you combine the two.
I was like, how do I pick?
I knew instantly those were you.
Do it without asking for help and put it off until the last minute.
I guess which one is most usually your strategy?
Usually my strategy is probably put it off to the last minute.
Okay.
Because, like, when you would see me not asking for help, it was in a very specific scenario, which I still don't ask for help a lot of the times, but really, like, when it's, like, especially, like, doing notes for this or, like, you know, studying in school or, like, I was always put it off to the last minute.
That's fair. Which one describes the feeling you have right after waking up in the morning? Grateful, calm, inspired, focused, eager, or tired?
Tired. Fucking tired. I don't want to be awake. I want to go back to bed.
Yep. If you have a time machine, what would you use it for? To see late relatives, to go see famous historical figures, to go see famous historical places. You'd use it to go to the future and live there. You'd use the time machine to predict the future and invest accordingly. Or you'd use it to change some timelines and then create an ideal one.
Visit historical figures.
Okay.
My favorite episodes of Doctor Who were always the ones that went back in time and, like, would see Shakespeare.
Like, hang out with the figure.
Yeah. Those are the best episodes of Doctor Who.
Some say revenge is a dish best served cold. What do you think? You don't like the idea of revenge?
That one.
Just immediately?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
I'm
That's fair enough.
I'm not a vengeful person. Like, I'm, like, shit happens and I'm like,
Great.
over now.
If you had to live in a movie for the rest of your life, which one would you pick of these 6? The Lion King, Star Wars, King Arthur, La La Land, Titanic, or 12 Angry Men?
Well, I don't even know what the last one is.
Sounds familiar, but I can't picture it.
Titanic would fucking suck. We would all die at the end. Not The Lion King. I mean, I love The Lion King, but I don't want to live out my life as a jungle animal.
Fair.
So what were the other ones? La La
So that
Land?
leaves you La La Land, which is just LA. It's kind of just now. Star Wars and King Arthur.
Definitely not fucking Star Wars. I would fucking hate that. Yeah, La La Land is basically just like a real life thing.
There's just a little more singing and dancing on the streets, maybe.
Yeah, and I'm not about that, so I guess King Arthur.
King Arthur.
Sure.
Alright.
I'm like, and I know the story of King Arthur, but it's talking about movies, and I'm like, I don't even know if I've actually seen the movie King Arthur. Like, I've watched Merlin, I've read the King Arthur stories, know all about Lancelot. Like, I'm just like, I don't know. Hopefully it's a good movie.
Okay, so this one is a little different. It just gives you a few things. So here are your matches. You got the caregiver. So you are an 89% match with Whitney Houston, 77% with Ned Flanders, who is a Simpsons character.
Oh, I was like, okay.
69% with Victoria Beckham.
I love her.
So you are a caregiver. You are also a consensus builder and conflict diffuser who enjoys helping social situations flow smoothly. People usually want to have you around since you're easy to get along with, and you're the type of person who wants to ensure everyone's having a good time no matter what.
I feel like it's very accurate.
That tracks for you.
That's very accurate.
My heart is bursting with a desire to save mankind, full of warm and fuzzy feelings, cool as an ice cube, or heart, this shriveled little thing. Those are your 4 options.
Oh.
And you have like a little scale, so you can like be kind of in between 2, but that's the order they go in.
I'd say somewhere between warm and fuzzy and cool as an iceberg, probably.
Okay. It's about 50-50 then.
Yeah.
I make people laugh. I can't hear you. Everyone's laughing. I make people laugh plenty. I get off some good lines. I make people laugh with chuckles, but not belly laughs, or never. Life is no joking matter.
Probably between belly laughs, or between the not belly laughs and the other one before that. Plenty, I think. Yeah, somewhere between there.
Okay. You describe yourself as the girl or the guy next door, pretty normal with a few quirks, somewhat unconventional, or very quirky, one of a kind.
Somewhere between somewhat unconventional and normal with a few quirks.
Okay. When people see my bedroom, they ask, is that a color-coded sock drawer? Did some spring cleaning, huh? Aren't you going to clean that up? Or seriously, where is your floor?
Aren't you gonna clean that up? I have a very cluttered room, but like I don't have like stuff all over the floor.
I gotcha.
But like I have a lot of things. I like my little things.
I like my things.
I have so many mugs, so many books, so many candles.
That's fair. I enjoy books, museums, and the arts as often as I can, sometimes, rarely, or never.
As often as I can.
I worry about it all.
Yep.
People call me neurotic. Often, but not the really small stuff. Don't even need to keep going.
No, just all the way,
Okay.
all the time. All the time, every day.
I lie, often to get what I want, when necessary or convenient, just little white ones or never.
Somewhere between just little white ones and never.
My maturity level is high, I'm the dad/mom of my friends, pretty mature, pretty immature, or like a 10-year-old, why grow up?
I'd say pretty mature. Maybe a little bit towards mom and dad, because some of my friend groups consider me that, but not like all. Yeah, like there's some friend groups I'm in, like this one, that I am not the mom or the dad of the group for once, and I'm like, it's so nice.
At a party, I'm the center of attention, meeting new people, chilling with friends, or not there, I don't do parties.
Somewhere between chilling with friends and meeting new people.
Okay.
Because most of the time I'm chilling with friends, but if I'm drunk, if someone starts a conversation with me, I will just talk. I'll be like, hello.
When faced with tough problems, I punch the problems in the face.
Nope.
Persevere through them. Complain, but still usually try, or lie down and melt into the ground?
Probably complain, but still usually try.
Okay.
I do like to complain, but people are like, oh, well, okay, I'll take it. And I'm like, no, I got it. But, like, just let me, I just needed to get it out, and now I'm good.
My typical mood is complete and utter despair. Been better, been worse. Fairly happy, or happy as a clam.
Been better, been worse.
When I get angry, even the Incredible Hulk is afraid. People hear me 2 blocks away. I'm pretty good at holding it in, or I stay calm and carry on.
I'm pretty good at holding it in.
My outlook on the future is everything will be awesome. Some good, some bad, c'est la vie. Let's be realistic here, or life sucks and then you die.
I know what answer I want to say.
But what's the real answer?
The real answer is probably the c'est la vie. But the answer I want to say is life sucks, then you die.
I know.
Because I want to be like this cynical person just because I want to, but I'm like, I'm not.
You're not. I talk and talk and talk. I'll talk your ear off. Plenty, but I'm not the chattiest. When I have something to say or when necessary, I don't do small talk.
Probably plenty.
I'm a bit of a klutz. Never. I'm as smooth as creamy peanut butter. Rarely.
Go all the way to the other end.
Sometimes or often. Okay.
I'm the clumsiest motherfucker you'll ever meet.
The words out of my mouth are usually please and thank you. PG rated PG-13 max. Telling it like it is, warts and all. Who the fuck wants to know?
Probably please and thank you. Very polite. Sometimes too polite for my own good.
On a group project, I'm likely to say, I've already made a task timeline. Guys, we need to focus. I think we'll be just fine. Or, hey, loosen up.
Where's the one that's like, you guys do whatever you want, I'll just finish it myself?
Probably the I've already done this.
Yeah, probably that one. Usually that's how it ended up in group projects. I was like, just let me do it. Just let me do it.
I get what I want from others. Often, others are my pawns. Usually, but not in a manipulative way. Sometimes, when things fall my way, or rarely, I might as well be a minion.
Probably usually, but not in a manipulative way. Like I said, like, sometimes I'll suggest something and people are just down. I'm like...
Compared to others, I think I'm the best, well above average, perfectly adequate, or you mean a little o me?
Adequate. I'm fine. I'm alright.
Fine. My last good cry was, please pass the tissues. Recently, I'm close to my emotions. Quite a while ago. There's no such thing.
Somewhere between there's no such thing quite a while ago.
I figured. My tolerance for risk is danger is my middle name, adrenaline junkie, but no death wish. I take calculated risks, or risk is a 4-letter word.
Somewhere between I take calculated risks and risk is a 4-letter... Well, does risk is a 4-letter word mean like you don't do it or you just...
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not a very risky person.
My smarts, my friends would say I'm... Oh, okay, so it's my smarts. My friends would say I'm obviously the smartest in our group, one of the smarter ones, not the least smart, or they'd kindly plead the 5th.
Say one of the smarter ones, probably.
Okay. And then for me, attracting romantic partners is, not to brag, but it's a cinch. I'm doing quite well, thanks. It takes time, but I'm patient, or I've got dry mouth just thinking about it.
Where's the attract people who aren't good for me?
Maybe in the middle?
I guess. So which is the one you took?
I think it's this one.
Oh, okay.
Because the other two I did not take, because those results were very different.
Mm. I'm just trying to figure out where you got Lord Farquaad.
I think it's this one.
Okay.
Okay. Characters most like you. Ben Wyatt.
That tracks. He is also my favorite in Parks and Rec, so...
Ben was really high on mine also.
I'm happy with that.
You got Effie from the Hunger Games, or is it Effie? No, it's Effie, right? Effie Trinket.
I don't know who that is.
The host lady.
Oh, okay. I hated the Hunger Games.
You got Amy Santiago from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. You got Nick O'Leary from Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist.
I don't know what Nick and Nora's is, but I do. Amy Santiago does track.
You also got Charles Boyle from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. So Ben Wyatt, was an 83.9% match for you. Ross Geller is a 79% match for you.
No.
Chidi from The Good Place.
That's the thing that's hard about these. It's like most of these
I'm
characters
trying
I
to
don't
go through and
know.
find. Okay, 77.8%, you got Fear from Inside Out.
Okay.
77.7%, you got Leonard from The Big Bang Theory.
Oh, no.
And then also 77.7%, you got Liz Lemon from 30 Rock. Piper Chapman from Orange is the New Black.
Never watched that.
Sheldon Cooper from The Big Bang Theory. Molly Weasley from Harry Potter.
Just because I like science doesn't mean...
You also got Raj. You got all the Big Bang Theory.
Just because I like science doesn't mean that...
And 77% you got Squidward Tentacles. 77.2% you got Clara Oswald from Doctor Who.
Okay. She was like my favorite companion. Amy being a close second.
We love her. 76% you got Ted Mosby from How I Met Your Mother. Oh, but you also got David Rose from Schitt's Creek.
I've only watched I started...
You got the brother.
Okay.
The gay brother. Or the bi brother.
I've started Schitt's Creek, but I only watched 3 episodes. I don't remember any of their names.
No, we love David.
I was like, I think the mom's name is Moira, and that's about all I remember from Schitt's Creek, and it's because I love her.
Oh, yeah, I love them all. They're great. You got 76% Velma from Scooby-Doo.
Okay.
And also Evie O'Connell from The Mummy.
Yay! At first I thought you meant the Pokemon. I was excited about that, too. I was like, alright!
You also got Kitty Foreman. George Michael Bluth from Arrested Development. You got 75% Monica Geller. Hiccup from How to Train Your Dragon.
Aww.
75% Jenna Hamilton from the show Awkward, which is a good show. You should probably watch.
Okay.
Because it's called Awkward. And she's the main character. Juliet Capulet from Romeo and Juliet.
No.
Was a 75% for you.
No.
Luke Danes from Gilmore Girls.
Okay.
75% also.
I'm not mad about that.
And then also Woody and Neville Longbottom right back to back. Another one, you got Anastasia Steele, which is the main character from 50 Shades of Grey. so far, that is our first double. So, I think we know who you are. Oh, you also have Emily Gilmore, pretty high up. And Buttercup from The Princess Bride. Norman Bates.
Well, that's not good.
And then right after, Spencer Reed again.
Okay.
So, great. Oh, and Britta from Community.
Okay, it's better than Pierce.
That is true.
I mean, Britta's not exactly...
She's not great.
No, she's not great, but she's better than Pierce.
Yes. Ophelia from Hamlet, not Hamilton.
Why does this quiz think I'm gonna go crazy for love? Like, I'm not this person.
There's Howard Wolowitz, so you got all the Big Bang people up there, which is weird.
This quiz is misogynistic towards women who like science.
Let me skip to your last page. Let's see. Least like you. 49% Harley Quinn is your last one.
Okay.
So I think the consensus is that you love and you're gonna go crazy. And you also like science.
Alright.
Do you feel like you learned more about yourself?
Sure. It did call me out for being a bottom, though. It really did.
Yeah. And the one quiz had you pegged very clearly as gay. So
yeah.
That was a little creepy.
That
was not a question.
No, it wasn't. There was never a question like, are you gay? But I somehow got all the gay characters.
A lot of gay female characters. So, points to you, team. That was also the longest, most detailed quiz, so maybe there's something there. I'll post all 3 that we did, so if anyone else wants to take them.
Okay. Am I the asshole for giving my mom and stepsister the benefit of the doubt that they did not know it was rude to wear white to a wedding?
Okay. How do you not know that? Unless they're, not from here.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
I did all mine as blind reads, I did last time.
Blind read again. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And I tried to pick ones that weren't already voted on, because, when you're scrolling through, it'll be like...
I had some for Thanksgiving that, so I skipped all of them.
Not the asshole or asshole. I went with ones that hadn't been voted on, or hadn't been concluded on. I recently married my beautiful wife. This wedding was something she stressed about for a long time, as she is a major perfectionist and the type who has dreamed of her wedding her entire life. My mom flew in for the wedding. She lives abroad with her husband, and one of her stepdaughters came with her. My mom and I have an awkward relationship, and she was already a bit pissy that she had to come to the U.S. for my wedding when I didn't go to hers, did not feel safe in that country. Or parentheses, I did not feel safe in that country. I've never met her husband before or her stepdaughter. Everything was okay until the stepdaughter showed up at our wedding in sparkly white. I immediately saw my wife's face drop. I said maybe she didn't know as women in her country wear red.
Okay.
My wife said that was no excuse, as my mom would have known. I said I wasn't sure if she would. She didn't spend that long in the U.S. and she hated it. She hardly interacted with anyone when she did live here and moved the moment her divorce was final. I'm really not sure how much she picked up on American customs when she didn't interact with others. My wife asked me to kick my stepsister out, and I said I didn't feel comfortable as they had traveled such a long they had such a long flight and spent so much time and money. I assured her that everyone would know who the bride was, and I really don't think my mom or stepsister knew. As the wedding went on, I could see it was really affecting her ability to enjoy, and her friends kept bringing it up. I finally asked mutual family to ask them to leave, but my wife feels it was too little too late, and that I didn't defend her. She says as women there's no way they didn't know, especially my mom, and that I chose to play dumb because I didn't want the confrontation. Her friends were all backing her, and I feel awful over this, and I wish I just kicked them out the moment I saw them.
So what's his question? Or what's their question? Am I the asshole
for giving my mom and stepsister the benefit of the doubt?
No, I don't think that makes you an asshole. And I don't think you're an asshole at all. You're kind of a separate party.
Yeah.
But I do get, like, weddings make brides crazy, I hear.
Mm-hmm.
But again, like I said from the very beginning, maybe it's a different, custom where they're from. And sure, even if, they could Google, they could do research if they were going to a foreign country they weren't familiar with. I don't know his relationship with them either, so I don't know if it would be something, malicious, purposefully done, or if it was just a, simple mistake.
There is another comment, though, from the Judgment Bot.
Oh.
OP, the original poster, has offered the following explanation for why they think they might be the asshole.
Oh.
I chose my mom, who I'm not close to, and a woman I don't even know, over my wife. I tried to be logical, but she believes they had to have known, so maybe I was just looking for excuses. I allowed her to feel bad on our wedding day.
Okay.
So he wasn't very close to his mom or stepsister.
Okay. And then, so then I guess he just... Mainly, I think the thing is, am I the asshole for hurting my wife's feelings on our wedding day? In which case, you gotta pick your wife, man.
Yeah,
if you're getting married, you gotta pick your wife.
Yeah, it's he definitely should have taken his wife's side, no matter what. But also at the same time, I don't think he was being, an asshole.
Negligent or anything like that.
Yeah,
no.
I think it was just It
was a tough situation.
He was trying to be a peacekeeper. He was trying to keep the peace
Median.
and just was not doing
I do, yeah, I mean, on stuff like that, you do, the point is, you have your wife's back. You gotta take the side, especially if you're not close, and like he said, he had never even met this other woman. Obviously, he's thinking about it enough now that he feels bad, and going forward, he just has to make it up to his wife and have her back from now on. She can't change what happened now.
Yeah. So. The wedding day's over.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Just gotta make it up to her somehow. Assure her that it won't happen again.
Am I the asshole for not inviting my brother and arguing with my mom and her family over it? I, 16 male, have a younger brother, 13 male, and we share a mom but have different dads. My parents were married, and mom cheated or had an affair, and my brother was the result. My dad didn't want to raise my brother or stay married to my mom, which I get, but when my brother's biofather left the country to flee all child support stuff, my mom and her family decided my dad was a piece of shit for not loving my brother for being my brother. Mom, over the years, has filled my brother with the idea my dad should be his dad too, since we're related, and she always tried to encourage me to include him in my time with my dad, and has encouraged him to tell me how he feels left out. It's always been awkward. My dad and I talk about it. He has spoken to my mom. He has taken her to court over issues, and he has asked me if I want him to adopt my brother as his own. I always said he didn't have to. I just hate the pressure. My brother and I don't have a great relationship because of everything. I've included him in a couple of times if my dad was offering to take me and my friends someplace. My brother tries to bond with my dad and then gets upset when my dad doesn't treat him the same as me. Last time he got mad because Dad treated him the same as my friends and corrected him when he said they were family. So my dad took me and some friends to a cool arcade in another city. I didn't invite my brother this time. I didn't even mention it. But I guess Dad had to have because he was taking me so far and my mom was pissed when I got to her house. My brother was upset and told me he's being left behind / left out. I told him it's not that, but he needs to understand that he makes things awkward when he chases after my dad. He told me Dad should be there for him too, and he's just a kid without a dad, and how can I not be mad at my dad for excluding him? My mom and her family told me I should be ashamed of myself for excluding my brother. I argued back that it always ends badly when he's there, and I'm done letting him think he can use that time to get close to my dad because clearly my dad doesn't want to raise him. I was called a shitty brother.
By his mom? His mom called him a shitty brother.
His mom and his family. And her family.
Okay. I have a lot of issues with this.
My
main issue is he's 16. The parents, why are they dragging him? Like, it is not his mess to clean up.
This OP, the 16-year-old, he is not the asshole.
He is not even in the equation.
No.
He is 16.
He's a kid. He's a fucking child.
Yeah, this should be between the parents.
Mm-hmm. The parents need to sort this out and not keep dragging kid into this.
Like, she needs to not use him as a pawn.
Yeah.
For her other kid. Like, no, you don't do that to children. That's how you make them resent you and hate you when they grow up.
Because even, like, the 13-year-old isn't in the wrong in this situation.
Because she's also probably whispering in his
That's
ear.
what he said. He said, like, his mom has over the years filled his brother with the idea that his dad should be it should be the brother's dad too, since we're related, and tried to encourage me to include him, and has encouraged the brother to tell me how he feels left out.
Yeah, absolutely not.
It's like, it seems like the person in this situation that's the asshole is the mom.
Yeah, 100%. Because I can understand the dad, his bio dad, being upset that she cheated on him or whatever, and had another kid, and now she expects him to raise, like, no.
To raise the kid she had from the affair.
That's not how that works.
No, your mom, sorry, 16-year-old male, your mom is the asshole.
No, 100%. Like, that's so sad for those kids. For both of them, they just probably had stuff whispered in their heads their whole life, and it's gonna make them resent each other because of her. Like,
yeah.
She is ripping them apart.
Mm-hmm. And then as they get older, they're going to also grow to resent her, and then they're going to be left with no one.
And hopefully they
can
realize that she was the problem the whole time and have a nice relationship together. But yeah, that's a shitty thing to do to kids. I hate it when adult parents bring children into shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's not their job. You're the parent.
No.
I'm really mad.
I almost cried at work the other day because I heard this mom tell her, like, 6-year-old daughter, she was like, well, what about Dad? Like, Dad's, he seems really upset lately and blah, blah, blah. And she, like, told her daughter, she was like, you are not responsible for how your dad feels over anything. And I was like,
good mom.
I was like, that must be so nice to hear. I never got to hear that growing up.
There's this one mom on TikTok, and it's her and her little daughter, and they make all these videos, and there's this one particular video where, like, she's making coffee and she's letting her also make her own coffee. It's, like, just, like, milk, chocolate milk. So the mom's making it, and she, like, lets the daughter, like, pour in her own, like, chocolate sauce and all this, or, like, pour in the milk, whatever. And at one point, the little girl, she knocked over her whole glass of something that she was making, and the mom just put it up, and then she's like, it's okay, you're just gonna have this now instead. And, like, she was so calm, so nice about it, and everyone in the comments was like, did anyone else just, like, tense up immediately and, like, expect yelling to happen? And everyone in the comments was just like, you're, like, such a therapeutic mom for a lot of us. Like, everyone was having, like, a crisis in the comments. They're like, you're so lovely. Like, keep this up. She's gonna have such a nice childhood. Like, it was just, like, everyone has had so much trauma from blowing up parents. And it was just like, oh.
That childhood post-traumatic stress disorder be real. So, am I the asshole for not allowing my best friend to wear my red bottom heels to her bridal shower?
Is that just, like, they're red on the bottom? What are red bottom heels?
Red bottoms? Louboutins.
Oh, okay.
Because all the bottoms are red on Louboutins. That's, like, Louboutin's, like, trademark for shoes. Okay. Is, like, the bottom of the shoes are red.
Okay.
They're, like, $600.
I mean, yeah, that's an expensive fucking shoe.
I, female 29, have a childhood best friend of over 16 years who's getting married next month. We've always borrowed each other's clothes and shoes, just how best friends do. I always want to say this first. I'm not materialistic at all. I received the shoes from my mom as a gift. I've only worn them 2 times. They are my special occasion heels, and they mean a lot to me because I know my mom worked really hard to be able to gift me them. Yesterday my best friend came over and she wanted to borrow black heels, and I was like, yeah, go through the closet. And she goes through the closet and pulled out a box and tried them on. It's like, oh gee, these are the ones that'll go perfect with my dress. And then I said, I'd love to let you borrow anything but those. And she said, seriously? It's my bridal shower. I said, I know, I'm just not comfortable with you wearing them. She took them off and said, don't worry about the shoes, I'll find my own. She left a few minutes after and texted me saying that wasn't cool and that she would do it for me. I just wrote back and said, I know, but I'd also respect your things. It's been a day and I haven't heard from her. Am I the asshole for not feeling bad?
No.
No.
I mean, you're not entitled to share your stuff.
Yeah, even if it is her bridal shower, like...
Those are special shoes, like, even if you haven't worn them that much, she should be able to respect... People need to respect the word no, and it can come from anyone. Like, you should be able to tell your friends no without worrying, like, oh my god, do they hate me now? Like, we as a society need to be better at accepting the word no. And better at saying it. So, like, good for you for saying it. Because, honestly, I probably would have felt pressured, like, yeah, it's okay, even though it would kill me inside. Because that's how I am. Yeah. So, yeah. Good for you for saying no.
Yeah, because I probably would have said yes. But yeah, you are not the asshole. Even if it is her bridal shower, just because it's her bridal shower doesn't mean she gets to just... her to it. Yeah, it doesn't entitle her to your things.
Yeah. No.
Okay. Am I the asshole for the way I shut down my cousin's wife?
Okay.
I, 26 female, don't remember how exactly, but when I was in my early teens, I found a great way to shut down rude people. I was overweight in a family of skinny people, so whenever we all met, at least a couple of people would tell me, oh, you put on some weight since we last saw you. One day I just started replying with, that's rude, don't you think?
Nice, love it.
Yep. People got upset at first, but when my parents backed me up, they learned to leave me alone. Over the years, I would reply with something along those lines whenever someone asks or says something they shouldn't. I need to implement this in my life. My cousin brought his wife to the family home for Thanksgiving. This is Thanksgiving. Okay.
I think I read this one.
Did you?
I think I did. If I didn't, so.
Okay. This is the first time that we met. They live in another state and met and married during the pandemic. We were talking around the table when it was brought up that I changed jobs. I left my father's business for something that uses my degree. Everyone was congratulating me for finally having a foot in the door and saying that I would have a great career. Then my cousin's wife, out of nowhere, says that I should have been more loyal to my father, that helping him is better and more fulfilling than chasing after a career in my field. So I told her, thank you for the unsolicited opinion on my life.
Nice.
She got upset, and more so when no one rebuked me. Then she said, I was just trying to be helpful, and I replied, and I was just trying to tell you that you were rude. She got more upset and left the room, but my cousin called me petty as hell and said that I should know better than to be a bitch to someone who was just stating an opinion. I fired back, and I was also just stating an opinion. It's not my fault she couldn't handle it. Now that I had a couple days to think back on it, I feel like an asshole for ruining Thanksgiving and making everyone feel awkward. So am I the asshole? No. That's an easy no.
That comment gave me an ick. I don't know. I didn't like that at all.
Yeah.
I didn't like that at all. You should be loyal to your father.
No.
Bitch. She's using her degree. Like,
yeah.
If her father's fine with that, I don't know why.
Yeah, exactly. It's like
it's weird.
Obviously her parents didn't have a problem with it, so why the fuck do you?
Yeah, of someone she's never even met. Weird.
Yeah. Weird. Am I the asshole for telling my sister to stop leaving her room when she's wearing her nightgown?
I need more context. But I'm going to say yes, initially.
Like, immediately I want to say yes. I feel like yes. My 26 female sister moved in with me, 29 female, and my husband, 32 male, days ago after her divorce was finalized, then lost her job and was no longer being able to pay rent for her apartment. We're mostly in agreement about everything except I've been having an issue with what she wears, especially at nighttime when she would unwind and tend to relax a bit, as she says. I think that what she wears is inappropriate. She usually wears silky nightwear, nightgowns mostly. She says that's just her style and is what she's been wearing for years. Not just that, but she'd come out of her room dressing like that to grab water or use the bathroom. While yes, it was just me who saw her dress like that, I honestly could not risk having an argument with my husband over it. I suggested she buy some PJs, but she said that she doesn't feel comfortable in them. Last night I saw her in the kitchen grabbing something from the fridge and was dressed in a purple strapped knee-length nightgown. I tried to speak to her about it, but it didn't go well. We started arguing and I ended up telling her to stop leaving her room when she's wearing stuff like that, and she argued that there was nothing wrong with what she was wearing and it wasn't like she was walking around naked or anything of the sort. I told her it's my home and she's a guest and she should respect my request, but she responded saying that just because she lives in my house does not mean that I have the right to control what she wears, then stormed off to her room. We haven't talked since and she is refusing to talk about it. And here's the dress, or the nightgown.
Okay.
You're the asshole.
And immediately, I have bigger issues with the comment that you don't want to risk an argument with your husband. Like, why are you scared of your husband?
Yeah.
I don't like that. So it sounds like he's the issue and not your sister. Mm-hmm. So you should also maybe look into getting a divorce.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't like that comment at all.
Yeah. But I would also say you're the asshole.
Yeah, your sister can wear what she wants. And if it's based on that picture that I was just shown,
there's nothing wrong with that.
People wear less out in public. I don't understand.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, I walk around my house in running shorts and a sports bra sometimes.
And also she said she comes out to get water or to go to the bathroom. It's not like she's flaunting around in a see-through, and I don't understand.
Yeah.
I don't understand. And it just sounds like maybe it's your husband that is the issue.
Yeah.
And also he was not even there, it seems like. I don't...
Yeah, it's like he's weirdly not even involved in any of this.
And yet he's the reason that there's going to be a fight. I don't...
I just feel like you're the asshole and let your sister wear what she wants.
Yeah.
Because she's wearing like a knee-length nightgown. It's not like... And even if she... And I'm saying, like, it's not like she was walking around in lingerie. But even if she was, it's like... And?
That shouldn't be an issue.
And?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like I said, I walk around the house in running shorts and a sports bra.
Yeah. Like...
Sometimes it's hot.
And she just said she's not comfortable in anything else. Mm-hmm. Like... If that's what you've been wearing for years, yeah, that's what you're going to wear, continue to wear. I don't understand.
Yeah, you're the asshole. Shut up.
Next.
Okay, this is not an am I the asshole, it's a would I be the asshole.
Okay.
Would I be the asshole if I refused to allow my niece to share a bedroom with me and my fiance on family vacation? Every year, my fiance and I join his family for a week of beaching and family time. We stay with an older family member, and bedroom spaces are admittedly limited. My future brother-in-law and sister-in-law are expecting baby number 2, and my sister-in-law has made a couple of comments about how next summer the toddler will have to sleep with you so the new baby doesn't wake her up. This is very upsetting to me. I don't think it should fall on my fiance and I to take the toddler in our room. We don't have children of our own, and to be honest, a perk of not having children is sleeping through the night and sleeping in the morning. I'm concerned that sleeping with her in our room our sleep would be affected. I know that it's a selfish statement, but it's also our vacation we're talking about. Would I be the asshole if I put my foot down and said I don't want to share our room with the toddler? No.
No.
You have every right to say that you do not want someone else's kids sleeping in your room.
And it would be a whole other thing if you're, like, I don't remember if it was sister or sister-in-law or whatever, if they had asked you instead of told you.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I have the biggest issue with, because my sister would never.
Yeah, it's like,
I have a niece, and yeah, she would love to hang out with me, and sometimes I'll be like, no, I need 3 of you, and Tara's like, yeah, that's your choice.
Yeah.
Like, she would never be like, oh, you're gonna take Emery. Like,
you have to take the toddler.
Absolutely not. It's not my kid. I didn't burn this thing. Like... So that was rude on her. Like, I would be upset, too, if that was something. But I also just know that would never happen in my family. So, yeah, you're not the asshole.
No,
or you wouldn't be
You wouldn't be the asshole. Put your foot down. Tell her that you are not responsible.
You need to at least be given the respect of
being asked. If at all possible, would you be able to have the toddler sleep in your room?
Yeah.
And then... You have every right to say no.
And that's
but the fact that she
can work out,
told you that you had to take the toddler so that way the baby didn't wake her up. No. Your sister-in-law sucks.
Not cool.
Am I the asshole for seating my older brother at the kids' table with his 3-year-old son?
I mean, probably not.
Probably not. I had to sit at the kids' table until I was like 21, probably. Like...
Isn't Sometimes there's just not enough seating.
Honestly, as long as you all get the same food, I don't understand why it matters.
Yeah. Every year, my wife and I, 40s male, host Thanksgiving dinner. This year, 13 people total came. Oh, that must be nice. Usually, we have like 20.
Yeah, that's too many people.
No, we usually, when we would host Thanksgiving, it'd be like 20 people in the house.
No, thank you.
9 adults, 2 school-age children, a toddler, and an infant. The guests included my brother, 50s male from out of town, and his 3 children, 2 in their 20s, and a toddler, a 3-year-old. I have a dining room table with 8 seats, a breakfast room with 2 tables, 1 table is adult size with 4 seats, and 1 table is a toddler table with 4 chairs. Finally, there's a couch in the den with a big screen TV with a coffee table where 2 to 3 people can sit. The regulars know that it is free for all and they can sit wherever they want. Usually about half or so sit in the breakfast room and half or so sit in the dining room. This is my brother's first time here for Thanksgiving that I can recall in the last 5 years. Okay. After saying grace, I told everyone about the seating in the dining room, breakfast table area, and the den. I then directed my 2 school-age children to the toddler table and made a seat for my brother and his 3-year-old son also. There were 3 kids and my brother at this table. I commented to my brother, you can sit next to your son so you can help him with his meal. I brought my brother his cocktail, which was in the kitchen, and he was helping his son eat. After everyone else got food, I made another batch of cocktails for everyone and finished heating a final item in the oven. So about 30 minutes later, after everyone else had started eating, I finally fixed myself a plate and looked for a seat. I headed to the breakfast room and no one was there. My brother and his sons were done eating and they were in the den on the couch watching football, so I went to the dining room where 5 people, including my wife, were sitting. They were all done eating, but they were socializing, so I sat there and ate my meal. After eating, I hung out in the den with my brother and nephews. As far as I knew at the time, everyone had a great time, and at the end of the night, I walked my brother to his vehicle, gave him and my nephews hugs, and wished them a safe trip home. Well, Saturday, I got a confrontational call from my mother saying that my brother told her that I made him sit at the kids' table, and why did you do that? She stated that my brother was obviously bothered by this, but he didn't say anything to me about it. I might be the asshole because I have made my brother feel like he was not welcome to sit wherever he wanted. I was just trying to facilitate his 3-year-old getting help eating. So am I the asshole for seating my brother at the kids' table? No, I don't think so.
Again, the whole, table thing is a weird concept to me because I've never had it. So I don't understand why, he just couldn't sit next to his kid somewhere else, I guess. Maybe it was the fact that you were here, sit here. You told him where to sit and everyone else got to pick. Maybe that's where the issue was. But again, it's just, kids' tables was never anything I don't know how, I can't answer this, I don't think. Because I've always just been able to be, sit wherever the fuck I wanted.
Because, ours was never a big deal because we all knew. It was, the dining room table was meant for, my papa, my aunts and uncles, my mom and dad, and then the 2 oldest cousins.
Yeah.
Back when we were younger and there weren't as many, little kids, it was, the kids' table was for me and my brother and my next 3 oldest cousins. And by kids' table, it was, we all had to sit at the bar. So we didn't even get an actual table. We had, bar stools. And I was that's where we sat. It was just one of the things, it's we always understood that it was, that's just how it was.
Yeah.
But also, when you have, a toddler, they do need help eating.
Yeah.
And you can't make the other kids help the child eat their food.
Yeah, as long as you still got food and you got your cocktail, I don't really see the issue.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think you're the asshole.
Am I the asshole for embarrassing a friend's girlfriend and refusing to apologize? This is more, are we the assholes?
Okay.
Sandy and I are both 32 female. We have known each other since 1994, and throughout those 28 years, she has been my best friend. We have the kind of friendship where we're totally honest with each other and say if one of us is being unreasonable or a bitch or anything, but we also have each other's backs. I couldn't ask for someone more loyal. We also insult each other all the time, but not in a mean way, more in a loving joke way. For example, I made the mistake once wearing a peach dress, which she lovingly called my vomit dress. She once wore a dark green skirt, and I referred to her as the Princess Fiona looking for her Shrek. Her comment made me laugh, and my comment made her laugh. I don't do this with anyone else, only her, as I understand people have different humor, and our interactions could be misconstrued as bitchy and insensitive.
Okay.
Sounds reasonable so far. Sandy and I currently have a bet going on who can go the longest without shaving. We're both obsessed with our own vanity, which we've always confessed to. which we rib each other about, so it's been a fun challenge. Whoever loses has to take the victor out for dinner. It's been a few weeks. Her boyfriend and my husband don't give two shits about this, to be honest. We were hanging out together with two other friends and one of their girlfriends, Dina. We've only met her a few times. She's a very nice and sweet woman. We were all kind of talking amongst each other, and Sandy and I started talking about our bet on a progress update. I rolled up my leggings so she could see to show my legs are pretty hairy, and she said my legs looked like her dad on beach day. She rolled up her jeans to show me her lower leg, and I called her Wookie. No feelings were hurt, and we burst out laughing. Anyway, Dina heard our whole exchange and said mocking each other isn't cool. She said it's a woman's choice whether or not she wants to shave, and we shouldn't be passively aggressively being bitchy to one another. Basically, she accused us of backstabbing each other, but disguising it as a backhanded compliments, and that as women we should better support each other. Sandy and I explained our bet, and she said that it is literally our friendship and it's not that deep. I said as nicely as I could that I get she probably mistook our humor as something else, as she hadn't been around us much, but that she can't be accusing us of subtly hating each other and not supporting fellow women. She went really quiet and was clearly embarrassed. She, along with our two other friends, were all silent for a while until Dina asked Sandy and I to apologize. Sandy said no, she didn't feel like she had anything to apologize for, and I agreed, saying it was an inside joke between us, and Dina grossly took it out of context. This soured the mood, so Sandy and I left. Ever since, we've been called assholes for not apologizing by our two friends, especially the one who Dina is dating.
I mean, I don't think you're the asshole.
No, not the asshole.
No.
I do blind reads, and all of them are like, no. They're like very clear cut, like, no, you're not the asshole.
Yeah, I mean, it's like inserting yourself into a conversation you're not a part of.
Yeah.
And then getting your feelings hurt. Like,
yeah.
You can't do that. Yeah, silly.
Am I the asshole for telling my girlfriend to quit one of her jobs because she keeps complaining about it? My girlfriend had a job, then got another one because they weren't giving her enough hours. Okay, cool. She now works basically every day because they gave her hours back to back, so we never get to spend time together. This new job pays better, and she gets way more tips, and if she wanted to, she could quit her first job. I've been supportive and tried to just get her to quit her other job because it's too much stress for her, and I can see her mental health declining. She refuses to do so. So I go, okay, if you want to help yourself out. I don't even want to hear you complain. By the way, her complaining is complaining about her working two jobs when I say I'm tired after working at mine. She always goes, at least you have a day off, when she's literally doing extra work she doesn't need to do. She feels attached to this old job, and I think that's dumb. It's a job. She can still hang out with her colleagues and shit after quitting. I'm very much tired of her complaining and being condescending when I'm also tired and exhausted from working. I've listened to her vent. This has been going on for 6 weeks. I'm only now starting to get frustrated. Oh, update. She quit a long time ago. She was cheating. Thanks for the replies.
Oh, shit.
I was not expecting that.
Okay, because I was supposed to be like, yeah, you're the asshole. She can do what she wants. Okay, what a curveball.
What?
So she was the asshole because...
So the other job wasn't even a factor anymore. She was just cheating
She was just cheating. And then her little thing, well, at least you have a day off. She also had days off. She was just with another person. Oh, the audacity of her. My goodness.
I was not expecting that at all.
Update, she
Whoa.
was cheating. Thanks for the Oof.
Oh, how did we lose the plot so much?
Man.
Well, that was the last of my...
It's going to be hard to
assholes.
top that.
Well, good thing that was the last one. Now we're just moving on to BuzzFeed quizzes.
Great.
I'm so ready. This had me crying in laughter last time. Hopefully it holds up.
Oh, goodness.
Tell us your ideal Saturday and we'll reveal your number one personality trait.
Oh, sure.
What time are you waking up? 6 a.m., 7 a.m., 7:30, 8, 9 a.m., 10 a.m. or later?
Ideal Saturday, 10 a.m. or later.
What's for breakfast? Pancakes, scrambled eggs, cereal, yogurt, waffles, toast.
Waffles.
What will you wear? Sweatpants, preppy, business casual, laid back, sporty, or trendy?
I guess laid back. I don't really understand what the terms are, but okay.
I love how all of them are like styles, and then there's sweatpants.
One specific, so I was like, okay, and then it
deviated.
Yeah, okay.
What will you do next? Hang out with friends, go shopping, look at socials, work out, watch Netflix, read.
Friends?
What's for lunch? Sandwich, tacos, burger, wrap, pasta, salad.
Tacos.
What do you feel like doing next? Go for a walk, watch Netflix, hang out with friends, go to the beach, bake, or take a nap?
Walk.
What snack do you feel like having? Chips, chocolate, cookies, watermelon, protein bar, nothing.
Watermelon.
What's something productive you're going to do on this Saturday? Clean your house, clean out your computer, study, meditate, exercise, or read?
Read. If it's an ideal, I don't want to clean.
Yeah. What's for dinner? Pizza, pasta, chicken schnitzel, nachos, or lasagna? Or I'm going out.
Nachos for dinner. I'm going out.
What are you doing tonight? Hanging out with family, going to a club with your friends, Netflix and chill, going out for dessert, bowling with your friends, or stargazing with Richard?
There was no drinking on any of this ideal Saturday, which I'm already out on. But okay, I guess I'll go stargazing. As long as I can drink while I do it.
Finally, what time are you going to bed? Before 9 p.m., 10 p.m., 10:30 p.m., 11 p.m., midnight, I'm pulling an all-nighter.
Midnight. What? What is my personality?
Your optimism.
Oh, great. It knows me so well.
You always see the good in everything, even when things are tough. People always rely on you for positivity in their day.
Yeah, I'm known for being very positive.
I read that and I was like, no.
Honestly, none of my options were get shit-faced and play video games, which is like my ideal Saturday. Come on. Yes, I'm very optimistic. That's what I'm known for.
Which famous painting are you?
Great.
Day or night?
Night.
Books or movies?
I mean, it depends, but books.
Spend time alone or with friends and family?
Alone.
Whiskey or wine? That's a tough one. I will say, the wine is a red wine.
I'm gonna go wine either way, just because I can drink more wine than I can drink whiskey.
That's true. Takeout or fancy dinner?
Oof, that one's hard too. Takeout.
You are girl with a pearl earring.
Okay.
Just like this masterpiece, you are bold and beautiful in your own way. You are a mysterious person who prefers to spend time alone rather than a big crowd.
I literally told you that. Okay.
Yeah, I was like, that was literally one of the questions was, do you like to spend time alone or with people?
So don't act all high and mighty, Buzzfeed.
You fucked up royally on the one before that.
Yeah, no, you're 1 for 1.
You cannot be saved. Pretend to be a professor and we'll reveal what your Rate My Professor score would be.
Sure.
I just thought this would be funny. Pick a country to visit. The UK, Argentina, Canada, Vietnam, Italy, or the Bahamas.
Italy. Choose
a place to study. Oh, they're all pictures. So there you go.
The cafe.
Choose a pet. Dog, chameleon, rabbit, cat, fish, or ferret.
Cat.
Pick a color. Well,
green, if it's there.
Well, you have either turquoise or neon green. There's also brown, red, yellow, or purple. I feel like if not green, I feel like purple would be your next.
It would be purple, but I'll do turquoise.
Okay. Pick a subject. Drama, math, psychology, classics, economics, computer science.
Classics, I guess? Is that like...
Classic literature.
Literature? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Finally, pick a drink. Hot chocolate, Sprite, smoothie, Gatorade, water, latte.
Latte.
5 out of 5.
Great.
You're the cool professor who teaches the huge lecture classes. The 5 out of 5 is also because people think you're hot. Partially why people take your class. You give extensions and love to play music at the beginning of class to hype people up.
Obviously. I'm the hot teacher.
Which movie final girl are you?
Okay.
Choose a place to visit. Michigan, Illinois, Missouri.
Wait a second. Can I pick neither? Can I put none? Like, I'll just stay?
Just Sweden, Massachusetts, or California.
Okay, so, is this one answer going to decide which final girl I get? Because I kind of feel like that's the thing, so I'm gonna pick Sweden. So if I get Danny, let's just know this is rigged from the start.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
I was like, this is immediately Midsummer. Because it's literally just all states, and then it's like, Sweden. I'm like, yep, that's the Midsummer one.
Yeah.
Choose an activity. Taking mushrooms.
I mean...
Taking a walk in the woods. Chopping wood. Reading a novel. Watching a movie. Or listening to music.
As much of this, I want to pick taking mushrooms, but I'm going to try to not get Midsummer as my answer. So, because I just want to see if the first one is right from the start, I will, I'll watch a movie.
Okay. Choose something to eat or drink. Fish sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
Peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Wine. Strawberries and cream. Bread and butter. Coffee.
I'm going to do wine, obviously.
Yeah, clearly.
Wine or coffee?
Choose someone to vacation with. I'm going solo. My best friend. A group of friends. My dog. My siblings. Or my family.
My best friends. No.
No, you have either my best friend or a group of friends.
Okay.
So you get one best friend or a group of friends.
I will vacation with, I guess, my family. That's just who I vacation with the most, honestly.
Choose an acquired taste. Blue cheese. I like blue cheese. Do you?
I don't like blue cheese.
Whiskey.
Okay.
I do like whiskey. Olives. Bittersweet chocolate. Oysters. Kimchi.
Oh, kimchi.
Okay.
Or whiskey. Ah, fuck. No,
Whiskey or kimchi?
I want them both. I make homemade kimchi and I eat a shit ton of it, so I will say kimchi.
Okay. Which word best describes you? Capable. Emotional. Brave. Curious. Energetic. Strong.
Curious or capable are probably my better ones. I don't know. I could do curious.
Well, that's the one I picked for you already.
Okay, good.
So, you're Erin from Your Next.
Okay, I was wondering if she would be one.
Grab anything that might make a good weapon. But how are we supposed to know that you were really good at killing people? Which is actually sort of weird, by the way.
That's a quote from the movie, which is an episode we have.
We
if
have
you are
done.
Curious about.
We have done an episode of movies for Your Next.
And I love Erin, so I'm fine with this. She's a cool chick.
So it wasn't rigged from the start.
Right, I know. I was impressed. I was like, this is immediately going to be Danny.
I feel like if I was taking the quiz, I probably would have gotten Danny, just because I also feel like if anyone's going to get stuck in a cult, it's probably going to be me. This quiz will reveal your soulmate's eye color.
Oh, great.
Comma, I guarantee it.
Okay, good. So, we're breaking up with Richard if it's not his eye color. Let's go.
Like, tell me, what's Richard's eye color right now? Just tell the people.
Brown? I think. I don't know, man.
Say his eyes are like a hazily, kind of like light brown.
My eyes are hazel. I think he has more brown.
He definitely has more brown than you.
Okay, so I'm gonna go with, like, brown as his eye color.
Okay. Are you a kind person? Yes, no, I can be. I'd like to think so.
I can be.
Did your grandpa fight in World War II? Yes, no, I don't know. Why?
Why?
Do you ever need to be put back in your place? Yes, but not very, very often. No, I'm an angel. Yes, very often, only on rare occasions.
Yes, but not very often.
What is your favorite color out of the ones below? Pink, blue, yellow, orange.
Blue.
What is your favorite letter out of the ones below? P-E-N-G. That spells peng.
G.
Oh, it's the end for Richard and Brittany.
Oh, finally.
Blue. Your soulmate thinks they are superior to others. Maybe you can put them in their place.
He is a Capricorn. He does think he's superior.
His eyes may not be blue, but he is a Capricorn.
Alright, so I'll just have to tell them that we have to break up because BuzzFeed says he's not my soulmate. And I deserve the best. So blue-eyed people, I'm coming for you.
Hit Brittany up if you have blue eyes.
I'm looking for a new soulmate. Also, I don't believe in soulmates.
We've had this discussion
I believe in a
before
lot of things, but I don't
Yeah.
believe in soulmates.
I was like, we've actually had that discussion before on the podcast. Pretend to buy anime merch, and we'll accurately guess your favorite Studio Ghibli film.
I bet you will.
Choose
I mean, I have two, so I'm always torn between. So let's see if you can at least get one of them.
Choose a shirt. Demon Slayer, Beastars, or Hunter x Hunter.
Oh, there are pictures, okay. Because I like more casual stuff, so I'm gonna go with, I don't like the color though. Okay. Demon Slayer.
Okay. Choose a pair of pants. My Hero, Naruto, or Avatar The Last Airbender. And they're all like sweatpants.
Yeah, and I guess if they're like pajamas, it kind of looks like I
Yeah,
wouldn't
they're like-
leave the house, so I'll go with the Avatar ones just
Okay.
because they're the cutest.
Choose a hoodie. Naruto, Pokemon, or Dragon Ball.
Probably Pokemon. Yeah.
I actually kind of thought the Pokemon one was cute. Choose a necklace. The Inuyasha necklaces, Naruto, or Hunter x Hunter.
Probably Inuyasha. Maybe the Hunter x Hunter. Actually,
See,
'cause I don't like chibi stuff, I gotta be honest.
I don't either. I've never been a big chibi person. I do like Inuyasha, but I was like, the Hunter x Hunter one just looks really cool.
Yeah, it's the most,
and
like,
especially
subtle.
on jewelry, I'm like, I don't like stuff that's like obvious.
Yeah, like subtle anime merch in general.
Mm-hmm. Like, I'll get shirts that have like characters on them and stuff, but a lot of times it's like, it's like if I ever get an anime tattoo, it's not going to be of a character. It's going to be of something significant that's like still
like a symbol.
Yeah. Choose a pair of earrings. Dragon Ball. Well, this is an anime. That just feels wrong to me. What? It's the BT21 earring set, which is not anime.
It's not. It's not even Japanese.
No,
it's Korean.
It's Korean. It's K-pop. It's BTS. It's the BTS line.
But I mean, that tracks that BuzzFeed probably doesn't know the difference.
Yeah, probably. Or the Demon Slayer earrings.
I think, of those, I would buy the Demon Slayer ones. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Choose a pair of socks. Dragon Ball, My Hero Academia, or the Hunter x Hunter ones.
Probably the Hunter x Hunter, just because I don't really watch the other two, and with socks, I go a little more flashy.
And finally, choose a scrunchie pack. I do like my Hot Topic scrunchie packs. Fruits Basket, Avatar, or Hunter x Hunter. The Fruits Basket.
I was going to say, probably the Fruit Basket.
I was like, they're so cute.
They are cute.
Okay. So what are your two that you're torn between?
I'm torn between Spirited Away and Howl's.
Okay, I knew Spirited Away. I should have known Howl's too, because...
Yeah.
Well, this got it wrong.
Okay, well, you suck, BuzzFeed.
My Neighbor Totoro.
I don't dislike any.
Yeah, I love all Studio Ghibli movies. Now, even, like, I love My Neighbor Totoro. Like, I even made, like, a little clay Totoro at your house. But, like, if I had to pick, it wouldn't be Totoro.
No, it's Mine a very sweet, comforting one.
Mine would probably be either Spirited Away or Princess Mononoke.
That's Richard's favorite.
But you love this film's old-fashioned, nostalgic, aesthetic, and heartwarming message. And hey, there's nothing wrong with liking something classic, is there?
I mean, no. That's not
also,
my favorite. You're
wrong. Also, you're just wrong. There is nothing wrong with liking something classic, but also you were incorrect.
Incorrect.
It's trying to gaslight you into
I know.
Totoro.
I feel like every BuzzFeed, though, quiz just tries to gaslight you. Let's be honest.
Build a bento box and we'll reveal an anime that matches your personality.
Okay.
Choose a bento box.
Funnily enough, I actually have those Totoro ones, speaking of Totoro, but I'm going to go with the cat because I really like it. I'd be happy with any of those just because I love bento boxes.
Choose a pair of chopsticks.
Oh. Ow, I just popped something. Let's go with the Kiki's delivery service.
Choose a style of food pics.
Lots of pictures. I will just do the stars.
Okay. Choose a type of rice.
White.
Okay.
Unless jasmine was an option.
No, it was white, brown, rice with red beans, rice with mixed grains, rice covered with a sheet of seaweed, or rice mixed with seaweed. I would probably go with the rice mixed with seaweed.
Still just white.
Yeah. Choose a protein to go on top. Karaage chicken, pork tonkatsu, chicken meatballs, grilled salmon, teriyaki tofu, or shrimp tempura.
Teriyaki tofu.
Choose a side dish. Edamame, steamed vegetables, potato croquet, rolled omelet, gyoza or pot stickers, and takoyaki.
All these are so good. Edamame, though.
Choose another side dish. Octopus sausage, onigiri, rabbit apple, ham flour, flower-shaped carrots, or decorated sushi.
Torn between onigiri and sushi.
It's a tough choice.
They're very similar, though, honestly. Yeah. But for a bento box, I'm going to go with onigiri.
Okay. Attack on Titan.
Sure.
You're strong-willed and passionate, which can often mean that you choose to listen to your heart rather than your head. While that may get you into trouble sometimes, you never think about quitting and will always be determined to achieve your goals.
Oh, I quit all the time.
Well, what a way to end that. And we're done!
Okay. BuzzFeed, you don't know me and you will never figure me out.
BuzzFeed, you suck.
I won't be gaslit, but you?
That's why I freaking love BuzzFeed so much, just because they're so wrong all of the time. It's so actually humiliating.
The only good one was, like, the Your Next one, just because I'm impressed that they threw her in as an option, I gotta be honest. I'm surprised they knew what that movie was. Props to whoever made that one and that one only.
But if you would like to take these quizzes for yourself, we will link them down in the description.
Yes, so you too can be gaslit.
So you too can be gaslit by BuzzFeed.
Isn't that what we all prefer?
They do have a way of just doing it so well.
Oh, yeah. But I guess that's it.
Yeah?
Yeah, we thank you for listening.
Yes.
And, should we spin?
We gotta spin.
Yeah.
I thought you were about to close. I was like, we still have to spin and do our outro.
I was trying to remember, though, did we do the outro before or did we spin?
You're turning into me.
I had a you moment. I really, really did. Okay. Let's spin.
All right. So our topic for next week is going to be history.
Yeah.
Which it probably seems like we did history really recently just because both of us picked something historic for our random episode, but it's fine.
There's a lot to talk about.
We're going to hit you with some more history. It's all right.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
We also got a drink we liked again.
We're doing really well on drinks lately, and it makes me nervous.
It may seem rigged, but it just... It's going to go downhill soon. We're on a good streak, and it can
probably for, like, the Christmas episode or something, and we're going to be, like, fucked. Yes. Okay, so we'll do history and a drink we like.
Yes.
I like it.
And
take us out.
Yep. You got out your journal, and it threw me off.
Sorry.
I completely forgot where I was.
I was actually just trying to figure out when we'll be recording for the Christmas, because I was curious, but go ahead.
No, it just like you picked up your journal and I was like...
She is shook.
I ascended for a second. I was like, pages. But yeah, so if you would like to find us, I at this point I don't even know fucking why you still want to look, but nonetheless, you can find us on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all of that at sipinspinpod, or you can email us at sipinspinpod@gmail.com. If you'd like to find Brittany, her ads are Whimsy Dream or Whimsy Dreams, and if you would like to find me, my ads are all Gleam YKS. But as always, the 3 link trees for myself, Brittany, and the show will be down in the description below.
Yes, and we've recently, this past week, have done a lot of non-podcast related TikToks that have been really fun, so you should go follow us there and check that out. And on YouTube, we just wrapped Little Nightmares, and this week, the episode for Coral Island, which is a farming game, just came out, if you're interested in checking that out.
Woo!
Yes.
We've been having a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, but either way, we'll be here next week, no matter what.
Other way?
Anyway? Did I say other way?
You said other way.
Other way. Anyway,
I didn't know if you were like, I was like, anyway, otherwise, like you put them both together.
That's maybe what happened. My brain short-circuited and I combined the two.
You just went other way, and I was like, what?
Maybe I meant either way?
Maybe that too.
Okay. Other way. We will be here, and now that'll be more new merch, I guess. Other way.
Other way.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening. We'll catch you next time.
Bye!